Hey Crock Posse, Aunt Lou here, and today Miss Ad and I are going to be making crock pot no-bake cookies.
Oh, we're having a whole lot of fun.
Can you believe the sugar princess is making the cookies too big? Hey Crock Posse, welcome back to another edition of Cookin' Chris's Dishes with Aunt Lou
And Miss Ad.
Today we are going to be doing a Kids in the Kitchen kind of edition. Actually, a special Kids in the Kitchen kind of edition because, let's face it, I'm a big kid. Today we are making crock pot no-bake cookies. Are you excited?
Yes.
I am too. Okay, so let's go through our ingredients real quick, and you want to pay close attention to how we do this because this is not how you normally do your no-bake cookie recipe. It's actually it's different. It's easier. Like, that's one of the advantages of this because we're just going to put it in there and you're not going to have to stand there and stir like you would over a stove with the chocolate portion. And also it makes it so you can make these anywhere. You can plug in a crock pot. So first we're going to start with 1 3/4 cups of powdered sugar. We have a cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of cocoa, 1/2 cup of melted butter, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, and 3 cups of oats. So Miss Ad, my lovely assistant, we are first going to combine the powdered sugar, the sugar, and the cocoa. So you want to go ahead and mix those together.
Yes. Add in.
Okay, easy peasy. Yes.
The normal sugar.
Yep. And the cocoa.
The cocoa.
Alright, and just get those mixed together real nice and good.
Yeah. So it's all one solid color. No,
yeah.
No, just like part brown, part white, part sorta both.
Get it all mixed in together. Oop, hey, don't throw that at me.
Make sure to stir kind of slow or that will happen.
Be gentle.
Yeah, make sure it's all one solid color.
Yeah, as much as you can.
Yeah.
See how we had a big chunk of cocoa there? So you got that mixed in.
Probably some big chunks of sugar at the bottom.
Yep, so get down on the bottom, get the sides. There you go, that's looking good. Now you're going to add in your butter and your milk. So just kind of pour them in all around so you can...
The butter.
Butter.
Ooh.
And your milk.
Milk.
Okay, now you're going to want to stir this up very gently because you don't want it to splash over the side.
Yep.
Until it is like a thin brownie batter kind of consistency. So Addie's going to stir. I'm guessing Mikey's going to speed this up right now. Okay, now that we've got our thin brownie batter-esque solution put together, we are going to there we go, it didn't like being tilted. We are going to spray this with nonstick because we don't want that sticking. Okay, and now Miss Ad is going to pour this in to our 4-quart slow cooker.
Hey, Minnie, is this...
No, it is not hot. You're good.
I can stir it.
No, I would not let you burn yourself.
Maybe it's a little help for this. I got it.
There you go. And you want to make sure you get it all in there.
So good. This. Try to do it at an angle.
Oh, it's hard because you're left-handed, isn't it? Or you're right-handed.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Let me take over. Aunt Lou's the lefty. In case you guys were wondering, I know we've had lots of questions about who is Aunt Lou? Is she Chris's aunt? She's Mikey's aunt? Nope.
She's my aunt.
This little girl right here is the one that gave me the title. I have always been called Lou in my family. That's always been my nickname since before I can remember. And when Miss Ad came around, I went from Lou to Aunt Lou. And so I'm just going to get all of that in there. We're going to get this off the side because that's just going to make a mess.
We do not want to miss.
Okay, can you do the camera?
Yes.
Okay, so you can kind of see what we've got going on in here. We just have a nice base. Let me rinse this off my hand. And now, this is where it gets different. We are not going to mix in the oats. We are going to take the oats, and we're just going to sprinkle them on top.
Well, we're pour them.
Yeah.
That's
A sprinkle-ish pour. How about that?
A little bit more than a sprinkle.
Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot. And so, get that all evened out. And then, here's another different step.
Peanut butter.
We are going to just do a dollop of peanut butter right in the middle. Oh, wow. That did not go in the middle. Oopsie.
That is not... Oh, we get bit of oats.
There we go.
Peanut butter.
So we put our peanut butter right there in the middle. And now what we are going to do, we are going to cover and cook on high for an hour and 15 minutes. Now if you are not using, say you don't have a 4-quart, say you're using a 6-quart, it is going to drastically reduce your cooking time. So you want to make sure that you keep an eye on it, because what we're looking for is for that cocoa mixture to be at a rolling boil. So we're going, can you grab me the lid back there? We're going to turn this sucker on. We're going to turn it on high. Okay, this will not let me do an hour and 15. So I'm going to put it on an hour and a half, and we'll just set a timer to come check in around an hour. And so we will be back in 3, 2, 1, and we're back. Okay, so real quick, we are going to show you what a rolling boil looks like, because honestly, I have never made them this way until now, and which Cris has tried the recipe, so if she says it's good, I trust her. I didn't know what a rolling boil would look like with all the oats on top, but here we will show you. See at the edges, it's all bubbly, like it started out just on one edge, and then like it kept going and going. Like you can see the chocolate kind of bubbling underneath there. Here, can you see it? Is it coming through on the camera or not? Yeah, okay. So Miss Ad, if you will hold this, and what we're going to do next is we're just going to stir it all up.
Looks so good.
Yeah, it smells so good too. And so we're going to get it all nice and coated. And yummy, yummy in my tummy. Okay, and I've gotten the edges, I've gotten the bottom. And I'm doing the stirring here since this is hot, and Addie doesn't need to, Addie can take after her daddy on a lot of good qualities, but she doesn't need to take after her daddy on the burning part.
I burnt myself a few times.
So what we're going to do now is, okay, we are going to, we have our mats laid out. You can use just a cookie sheet that's lined. It makes like with wax paper, but we have these nice little liners, so I just put them on the counter. We're not going to need this counter. So I'm just going to take a cookie scoop and dump it. And it should make about 24. I don't know. I might be making them a tidbit big. I don't know. What do you think, Miss Ad? Do you think we'll get 24 out of there?
I don't know.
Who cares?
As long as there's cookies.
Yep. We just want the cookies. And big, little, medium, we'll take them.
Especially big ones.
And so this was one of my favorite recipes, or favorite cookies whenever I was little. Mama used to make them all the time, and I loved them. And you know how sometimes if the chocolate didn't get heated just right, it wouldn't set up? Well, you know what we would do?
What?
We would take it and we'd eat it with a spoon.
Yay.
Because it still tasted good. So,
And there's no eggs.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about that.
You could just eat the chocolate stuff if you want.
Okay, I think we are not going to get 2 dozen because I might, maybe. Can you believe the Sugar Princess is making the cookies too big? I mean, not really a stretch. So we'll try to make these last ones a little bit smaller because we've got 1 dozen and we've used over half. Like this will be a solid dozen. And yeah, we've got maybe 1/4 of this left. So we'll make them just a little bit smaller. Because let's face it, Cris is going to be sending a lot of these home with me. And my kiddos don't need the big cookies. They're little kids. They don't need big cookies. Don't tell them I said that.
Do they watch these videos?
Sometimes. They still are kind of amazed that Mommy's on YouTube. Like, they don't. They just see me as Mom. They don't see me as Aunt Lou. Okay, and so you can't leave any behind. So I'm gonna scrape this out, and I bet I can get one more out of there. What do you think, Miss Ad? So we're gonna have 12.5. So if it wasn't for my monstrously big ones at the beginning, then we definitely could have got 2 dozen out of this.
This one will be a tiny piece. Very tiny.
Not too bad. It's a solid cookie. Oh, wow. In honor of Mikey, I just burnt myself. Ow. Okay.
It's a good scoopful.
It is a solid scoop. And
the perfect size cookie.
Da da da. All right. So now, you know what? I'm not going to put that on there because it's really hot. Now what we are going to do is we are going to let these set up for at least an hour before we try to eat them. Yum, nom, nom, nom. Before we store them in an airtight container, we're going to let them set up for a few hours, make sure they're nice and solid before we try to stack them and everything. So we will be back when these have cooled and set up in 3, 2, 1. And we're back. And so now we have waited an hour, a very painful hour for my poor niece. We've waited an hour on these cookies, and we will give them a close-up of what it looks like. They look yummy, yummy, yummy. And, okay, there's the record button. Okay, so what do you think of that deliciousness?
So good.
And Addie has been dying to try one. Now, I'm going to stop torturing my niece and let her try one of these. Alright, grab one, Miss Ad. Would you like that one?
Yes.
Okay, and I'll take this one and try a bite.
So good.
We're going to have to get some milk. Just like Mama used to make on the stove. Cocoa, peanut butter. I mean, you can taste it all. And it's so good and it's so easy because we didn't have to worry about standing at the stove, stirring, and oh, is it ready yet? It just, actually, we put it on. Addie went to do some of her schoolwork. I went to do some other work. Then we came back and bing, bang, boom. So, I'm telling you folks, this is the way to make no bakes. What do you think?
Very good.
Does it taste like an awesome, like the most awesome no bake you've ever had in your life?
Yes.
Okay, folks. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. And if you have not already become a member of our Crock Posse, why not? Join us. We'll wait. Just hit that little subscribe button down below. And if you want to know every time we put a video out, hit the ding and the little bell down there, and you can get a notification every time we put a video out there. And so, laugh often,
Eat good food,
and speak life.
Bye.
Bye. No me, no me, no me.
These things are so good.
I know, right?
Yes.
Mmm.
I'm gonna grab some cups.
We gotta get some milk.
Don't like little pitty patties going all over the place. But actually, I don't want.
You're trying to lock your mom out?
Stay out.
Come this way just a little bit. Well, you don't have to get that close.
I'm not here.
Okay.
If you want to see the latest, click on the left right here. If you feel like subscribing, click on the right, my dear. And if you think we're funny enough to send us money, click the Patreon.